Hey guys, what's up? Bill here. I am going to show you a couple little bits of strategy for Pop Farm. Couple little tricks for using Google Chrome that you might not be aware of. Try to help a couple people maybe. Here we go. And just so you know, I'm running the latest version of Windows 8.1 with the latest version of Google Chrome. One thing that I do to save myself some time when running contraptions that have pop-ups, like everything here, all the bats here and all the bunny holes, is to run a set of contraptions that don't have pop-ups, like the cows. So if you try to click all these, you're gonna not get far and have pop-ups. And then you can, try to do that, get a couple, and then pop-up start again. So what I like to do, let me get all these cycled again. Is to run contraptions with no pop-ups. You click on all these, and then I can click on all of these. I missed a couple. I almost got them all. That way I can just leave my mouse here in the middle where the cool button shows up and just cycle through all the pop-ups. It'll save you a fair amount of time if you're running a whole bunch of stuff like this. That's where I screwed up. Usually I will collect all the cows and then cycle them all to start again, and then I can get all of these clicked at the same time. Next thing I'd like to show you as a little trick would be the move tool. Sometimes when I'm moving a storage item around on my farm, I'll accidentally click a decoration that's under it. And if you try to put it away or put it back where it was, it's just going to get stored unless by chance your storage is maxed out. So what I do if I do this is just click the move tool again. It'll automatically drop the decoration that you picked up by accident back to where it was without you trying to put it, down yourself. Sometimes decorations are a pain to put back down because of, I don't know if it's a bit of coding with the game or what, but sometimes it won't let you put a decoration down unless you refresh your page. It works great for those instances as well. Another issue I've seen people have is accidentally harvesting hydros that they're trying to save. Now, while this won't necessarily prevent that from happening, I find that it does usually help. What I like to do is put either protection items, if I have protection items out, or repeaters that take a long time to cycle around them. The less reason I had to be clicking on the plots that are next to them, like if I was, had all these cows over here, I might accidentally click over instead of on a cow. The less reason you have to be clicking near a hydro you're saving, the more likely you won't accidentally click on it. Now, it's not 100% foolproof, obviously, but I find that it does help since I'm not clicking near the hydros. Who's got a stairway to heaven here in the game? Who's ever had issues moving it? Even though this has been covered, I'm sure at some point it will get released again. And we'll have a whole new slew of people who have no idea how to move it. So I figured I'd throw this in. Alright. Stairway to Heaven is a decoration. You can sit things on top of it. Sometimes it's a pain to move because the move box for it is very small and up in this upper left corner. The whole thing will highlight when you have the right area selected. It's right up here. If by chance you are clicking that area and it's not selecting or highlighting, you can try doing the right side, because it possibly could have gotten flipped at some point on you. I have been flipping other items and noticed that sometimes a stairway will flip with it as well. And I had one sitting on my farm for about a week before I finally realized that it got flipped at some point. Alright, next stuff we're going to do, we're going to be stepping a little away from the game itself, and we're going to head over to popfarm.info. Popfarm.info is wonderful. Practically anything you need to know about the game can be found at this site. Guru Steve maintains it. He is a fellow player. He's not working for Eastside Games or Pop Farm. He loves the game, started small, and here's where we are today. Sometimes it can be overwhelming for people. Steve's got a where to start section. Themes page is very handy, as is the quest page. The other two pages that I use the most would be the where's it at? Daily bread page and the repeater page. Check out the repeater page first. Alright, a lot of times on the fan page, or just in general, I'll see people asking what repeater produces what contraption produces what. It's very easy to find out for yourself. A lot of people do not know that on PFI that you can click any of the headers and sort all these columns. So I know with the repeaters, when you load it up, it's the most recent released ones first, and then it goes down. You can sort by name, alphabetically, and reverse it. Easiest thing though, if you need to know what repeaters produce what, is to click generates. Right now these are alphabetical. So you can do that, and then if you hit either Control and F on your keyboard for the shortcut, or go up into the menu and hit find. What do you need to know? Let's see, triple X. There are 4 repeaters that repeat triple X. As you can see, this is very useful, it's very quick. Let's see, Alaskan. We have 1 repeater for Alaska Thunderfuck. PPP. Oh, whoop, puff. So here's a complete list of all the puff repeaters in the game. So this is very handy for if you're setting your farm up for collecting whatever. You can come to PFI, sort everything, and do a little mini search with the Chrome's find feature, and get a very easy to see list of what does what. Same with the daily coins. When I'm setting up for my daily coins, I come to the daily coin page, click on the income per space twice, and just run down the list and pull everything out to maximize the amount of coin I can get. Very quick, very simple. Alright, the other issue I see people having is that they don't know how to clear their browser's cache. So all they need to do is go into the settings menu, more tools, and clear browsing data. Cached images files, beginning of time. Have both of these selected, hit clear browsing data. Might take a few depending on how much stuff is in there. And then what you need to do is close the browser and then restart it. And then the first load, when you reload your farm, is going to be a little bit slower because it's got to download all new files. that will give you all the latest files that Pop Farm has pushed out for the latest version of the game, and hopefully prevent any issues of conflicting files. Alright, the other thing that is useful, especially with quests that require planting lots of planets, is to use split windows. With Chrome, you can click on one of the tabs up here, have two tabs open, click on one of them, and drag it down. Click and hold and drag it down, and it'll pop out in a new window. So now I have two different windows. Now with Windows 8, you can hit the Windows button and the right arrow key or the left arrow key and automatically dock your window over. You click on this one and you do the same thing. So I need to redo my canvas size when I do this. But for things like setting up requests, it's very useful because you can go to PFI. Let's see. Hit up the quest page. Where the hell am I going? Hey, here I am. Burnt. So for this, instead of clicking in here and clicking on the quest and seeing what I need and clicking out and then getting out hydros to put out and then doing the same thing over and over, I can just have PFI open in its own little window over here and just run right down the list. So, you know, this is so much easier than clicking all the windows on the quest page, trying to remember, you know, all the different numbers. Now, granted, once in a great while, Steve does have an error on PFI. It is, like I said, it is run by a fellow player, but usually Steve's information is pretty damn accurate. Alright, the other issue that I see people having with is pop-ups from Facebook. They appear over here. They usually block your access to some of the buttons here. I still usually have access to the bottom of my pointer, so it really doesn't bother me too much. Two things that you can do for that though. One would be to download FB Purity from fbpurity.com. It's an extension for Chrome that will let you tweak all kinds of different fun things with Facebook. Show you the settings for it real quick, but there's all kinds of things that you can play with, but right here is notification pop-up box, and click that and block it. If you don't want to install an extension, the other thing that you could do would be to right click any of the white area around your farm and hit inspect element. If this is collapsed like this and this is all you see, click this little arrow here, click anywhere in here, and you want to search for this code. I will put this code in the YouTube description so that you can copy it. Click anything in here, hit Control F on your keyboard to bring up the search button, search box. Hit Control V, and there it is. On this line, right click it, hit delete, and that will remove the pop-up box from appearing on your game screen. It'll only do it for this session. Once you refresh your farm, it will load up again, but it's handy if you don't want to install a browser extension. Alright, as some of you might have noticed, I have a custom pointer going. It's the Illuminacho from the game. I made some cursor sets a while ago, and they're available if anybody wants them. I'll put a link up in the YouTube video for them. Once you download the zip file from that link, you'll want to locate your file and unzip it. Open that folder. You'll have two files in there, README, which will have instructions on XP. If you have 7.8 or Vista, you can just follow what I do here. And then you'll have the folder with all the pointers in them. There's a fair amount there for you to choose from. And there's a couple animated ones as well. So what you want to do is either cut or copy, whatever one you want to do, that folder, and then browse over to your Windows folder and find the cursors file folder. Right click and hit paste. And now you have the custom pointers installed. You can go back to your desktop and hit personalize. You'll have change mouse pointers. And there's your list. I would suggest having normal select, working in background, busy, text select, although sometimes that one can be a pain in the ass, and link select as the ones that you should cover that are used in normal day-to-day use. I don't know if anybody uses any of the other ones much. I know I really don't. And once you have them set up, you could also save them as a profile, so you can go back to normal pointers if you want to. I usually do that when I'm working in Photoshop. Just hit apply, and you're good to go. Now you have custom platform pointers for your computer. Alright guys, that about wraps it up. I hope you found this useful. Cheers, enjoy.